12 ways to use Google Sheets that will blow your mind. Ever wondered how people are using Google Sheets? Here are 12 ways you can use the spreadsheet to increase your productivity. Project management in Google Sheets. dwilk. In a project management role, it is important to be able to collaborate with others on the same project. For this reason, I found it useful to merge my Google Doc files into a spreadsheet. A few notes about collaboration and organization of a project. 12 ways to use Google Sheets that will blow your mind. Google Sheets is a program that allows for users to create and perform calculations in their spreadsheet. It is also useful for devising a work plan, maintaining a database, tracking progress, or even paying people. One way to use it: set up forms that allow you to input information into the sheet. If your mailing list doesn't exist yet, this form will be the perfect place to start. Build a form to accept submissions through Google Sheets, making it even easier to create, track, and report on goals. I personally have used this method many times because if you're like me and are always putting things off until the last second, it is fantastic. Use forms that Google Sheets has built in for online submission sites. I've used MailChimp for years before discovering spreadsheets with databases and forms under them for easy submission. You can find programs that work. Do you need Google Sheets? Google Sheets is a spreadsheet program that helps users collect and manipulate large amounts of data. It is easy to create complex spreadsheets that can help manage even the most tedious tasks. This application allows you to collect and analyze large sets of data with the click of a button. Benefits of using Google Sheets. Google Sheets, as we all know, is a very useful program because it helps simplification of tasks in the corporate world. It can be beneficial to students who have a lot of homework, housewives with so many things to do in their homes, etc. Google Sheets provide important functions to record and track the number of things you have done and completed. You can also calculate the total time you spent or date when you did each work. You can set a regular time to check the data from your spreadsheet unless you want to plug everything in manually every day. Persistent small tasks. They seem forgettable, small but bearable. Is easy to handle. Get out of them completely, master and adapt to them even when there are no more new assignments. Logs. Sheets includes 2 types: 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, and so on. This way you can see how to use Google Sheets. One way to use Google Sheets is to create a survey that you can share with your friends or the public. You can create a survey for a topic about which you want to collect data or think of subjects that you want to measure and answer. This is helpful if you wish to learn about opinions on certain topics, like how people feel about global warming. Another cool way to use Google Sheets is its powerful formula editor. You'll find all sorts of formulas in your Google Sheet. Lastly, if you don't have enough time or patience for spreadsheets, try Transpose Sheets. It's an app that helps transfer text and graphics from one side of the page to the other in Sheets so they're laid out more evenly and looks nicer. Just start typing what you're asking and let the app do the rest. It automatically finds where it can fit whatever you want to put there into a nice layout. You can also download your work in different types of formats so it looks pretty on your desktop, notebook or tablets. Caveat: creative and easy to use online photo editing tool, especially popular with bloggers, that allows you to create amazing pictures without having any talent whatsoever. You just have to choose from. How to make the budget spreadsheet. 12 ways to use Google Sheets that will blow your mind. Google Sheets is great for keeping track of your expenses, but it can also be a powerful tool to help you better manage your money. The best way to do so is by preparing the budget spreadsheet that shows how much you're spending and where you're spending it. This comprehensive spreadsheet should include a valid starting point for rebounding your finances in addition to what goals you want to achieve, along with the amount of time and resources that goes into accomplishing said goals. From this point onward, you can create subsections and make tasks a priority toward your goal once you have estimated the time frames. Once organized, you can use simple formulas to see exactly where your money is going so that you can be more conscious of how to save. Money management doesn't need to be complicated. Avoid some of these tech gags that could be robbing you blind. 1 sources, 1 terabyte. How to get your AD once the ultimate brand. Tips on personal tabulation. Typical, traditional tabulation drills involve using a spreadsheet and manually going through cell after cell to add a value, or subtract it. In an alternative way, Google Sheets allow users to write functions that run automatically based on numbers they input in other cells. For example, you could use a formula like the one below that first divides income by cost of goods to determine the number of products sold, which are then multiplied by the quantity sold to calculate total sales. How to make a project spreadsheet that works. Most people don't use spreadsheets for many things. If a person made a spreadsheet that works, it might be time to take a second look. You can create something useful in Google Sheets by using conditional formatting. How to make an executive summary with Google Sheets. One way to use the spreadsheet tool is by writing an executive summary. This brief overview should include how your information will be organized and read, who audience might be, what sorts of sources it can be derived from, and what conclusions, theory statements, or points it makes. Tips for organization with Google's files. With the very clever Google Sheets software, you can organize, manage and share your important work spreadsheets with ease. One way to use the software is by combining several worksheets into one spreadsheet. Using macros, this is easy to accomplish. Another smart organizational strategy is to create a hidden worksheet with tabs for major headings. To keep track of specific tasks or projects that you're working on in Google Calendar, it would be best to assign them an event with a meeting reminder so they bring up at 1 p.m. on Fridays when the new week starts.